はい、リーコン入って一番辛かったのは何ですか？
Oh, so he wants to, I guess he wants to try an interview thing, but he wants to ask, what was the, 入ってから一番辛かった。What was the hardest thing?
インタビューの動画撮って。
I
think
フィジカルギフテッド君が言う一番辛かった経験。フィジカルギフテッド君。
I would say the hardest thing is. Thank you. Let me think for a minute. I'll restart after I get away. But これってないんだ。
ありすぎてわからない。
ありすぎてわからない。
ありすぎて困ってる。毎日辛い。
Does he want like some like an answer like this one was the hardest, or does he want like some dorky like learning how to like live in the block and you know
どういう答えを求めてるかによる。だから一番難しい一番辛いことだったのか、あるいは一番面倒くさいことだったのか。
辛い。
Like the most brutal thing, the most sort of this.
So I have a good one. So there's something like there's a lot of things that you do where it's a test of like your motivation. A lot of what you do is a test of your motivation. Like something is very uncomfortable and you have to, you know in the back of your head you're going to have to do it for another month or another 2 months or another 3 months, and you push through it, and you just, if you're motivated, you can do it. And then there are other things where in the moment they're so bad that you just want to give up. And in the moment, it's not a long-term thing. It's an isolated thing that's very hard. And in terms of that, the hardest thing, there's like some times where like you are drowning the pool, and your brain is telling you like, get out of the water, quit, stop, do anything, quit. And so the pool can be, I think for a lot of people, the hardest thing that they do. But there's something else that we do too, and it's called the death hike. And so you go through, in BRC, the basic reconnaissance course, there's 3 phases. The first phase is individual skills, and it's where you learn like land navigation, and it's where you learn like just random little skills that you need to know, and it kind of like toughens you up and makes sure that you can, as a recon marine on your own, do the job. And then there's the second phase, which is patrol phase. Patrol phase is where you get put in teams for the whole month, the whole phase, and you have to accomplish missions. So you learn how to do patrols, and you do patrols as a team, and you have like a radio operator and a team leader and whatever. You have all these different billets, and you rotate through different jobs. And you have to do successful patrols, and you have to do them like you do a full. And basically, at the end of this phase, the test is a week long, and you do a bunch of different events, and then the last 3 days you do 3 patrols. Or the last 4 days you start by doing 3 patrols, so 1 patrol a day, where you have probably 100 to 120 pound ruck. So in kilograms it'd be 55 kilogram ruck, and you go and you maybe hike 10 kilometers up and down all these hills at night, in the dark, where you're stumbling, and then in the morning you do another 10 kilometers back, and then you do another 10 kilometers, and you do so every day. You go to an objective, you do your job as a recon marine, and then you go back, and so you do a lot of hiking that way, and you're just completely burnt out and fried and dirty, and you're eating just MREs, and you're living in a bush, right? And then the last day, after you do the last patrol, you extract. And so you and all the other teams get together, and you do like one big base where you all like gather all your resources and spread everything out. And the instructors, they all come with water jugs. So 5-gallon water jugs. And so they're each like 40, 45 pounds. And then they have dummies. So they have like dummies that are 200 pounds. So these big dummies on stretchers. And so I think in my class of 35-ish people, we had, and then they had ammo cans full of mortar shells. And those are like 50 pounds-ish. And so I think in my class of like 35 people, we had 2 dummies, so 2 200-pound dummies on stretchers. And then we had probably 15 water jugs and 15 ammo cans. And so as a team, you have to do, it's I think like 12 or 13 mile hike. But at like mile 2 or 3, they throw CS canisters, so riot control gas or tear gas, tear gas, and you don't have a gas mask. And so after being sweaty and dirty and hiking and just you're covered in sweat, it gets all in your pores and it's so thick that you can't see in front of you. It's so thick. And anytime that somebody drops any of the gear that you have, and you still have your 100 or 120 pound ruck and an ammo can on top of that, because everyone has one, and you're carrying a dummy that's heavy up like sandy hills, you can't see, and if anyone drops anything, then they stop. There's instructors in front of the patrol, and they make them stop and wait in the CS gas till everyone picks everything back up, and you're back in formation, and then they'll keep going. And you do that for at least 3 or 4 miles, where you're just in CS gas the whole time, and you're just snot coming down, and like you can't see out of your eyes, and you're just crying, and just snot, and just everything, and coughing. It's all in your lungs. Just your whole skin is on fire, and it's 3 or 4 hours. And then after you do all that, you still have to do another, 10 miles or 8 miles, whatever it is, to finish. And so that when you're getting the very first cloud that hits you, it hits you so hard that it was the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. And it felt like every cell in my body was exploding. And that was the worst thing ever.
なんでストレッチャー持ってパトロールしてるの
So you mentioned a stretcher, but it's a patrol exercise, right?
Yeah.
Why is stretcher doing a patrol exercise?
So at that point, it's not very tactical at that point. It's just you broke contact from the enemy, whatever, and then you just have to go back to the patrol base, and you don't have vehicles. And so, we don't really have security or whatever, but it's just you as a patrol just trying to move as fast as you can. So it's not the most tactical thing. It's really just meant to be painful.
実用性があるかっていうよりかは、とにかく鍛えるためだから
脳筋やんけ
やるっていう、そう脳筋みたいなもん。
やばいな。そうわお。
タクトレよりかは、
とりあえず重いもん持って
心を鍛える。
心を鍛える。
い
やー脳筋だな。
脳筋。
なんでやねん。合理性がないあれは一番心が辛いな。理由がない。とりあえず重いもん持ってるけど。ポンドとさマイルがいまいち俺あんまり入ってこないけどさ。
俺も。でもだいたい50キロって言ってたね。リュックが。
55キロ。
で10キロあたりなのかな距離は。
そのどこ場所は Where is operation? Where? 場所は
We did it in Pendleton, Camp Pendleton in California.
California. Winter, summer.
And what season?
There's always a class going on all year round. But the summer classes are hard because it's hot. But the winter classes it gets really cold, and you're there all week. It's cold.
極端なんだってね。冬だったらあまりも暑い。逃げ場はないよ。
そのオペレーションをリーコンのそのクラスあるじゃん、履修課程みたいな。それの間何回もやる。
How many times do you actually do this exercise? Like as
that specific one?
Yeah.
You do, so the death hike you only do one time. But it's supposed to be the last thing you do before you graduate. Now it's not so much the last thing you do anymore, but you have to do it to graduate. And but I mean, like we do like lots of hikes. We do like a ruck run, or like 12-kilometer hike with a heavy ruck every single morning, every day. So every day is like hell. It's just different. The death hike is a special type of hell, and you only do it once. But I'm trying to find a video. Oh yeah. This
これは
is
1回だけなんだけど、結局リュックを背負って走るのは毎朝だか
have you seen Surviving the Cut?
ら。
This is the death hike, and this might not be like it was for me, but you're just totally destroyed, just because you're exhausted. Like your legs are like hurting. You can't see. Like he's not in a cloud right now, but
Sergeant Dustin.
you're so tired. You've been in the field for a week already. You know? Like look how big their rucks are.
Yeah,
Ninja.
they're huge. Like shells, like turtle shells.
And again, it's after, and it's not just the week of patrols. It's every single day for 2 months before this. You're just completely fried. That's a 200-pound dumbbell.
200 pounds.
Yeah.